Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I decided to do another story time because it's all I can really think to do, and I've got a lot of them built up. So you're probably gonna get a lot of stories and other little stuff in between, just because I've got more stories than anything else I want to do. So today I'm gonna be telling the story about my first ever dab, and hopefully those of you watching have taken a dab before. If not, I'm gonna take one right now so you can see what it looks like. So let me get this lighter and then I'll get it going. I was watching some Eric Kahn the other day, one of his live streams, and he says that apparently whenever he asks his weed audience, like, has anybody here not taken a dab, that more people than not have not taken one, which is pretty incredible. Like that of people that smoke weed, which is pretty crazy to me, considering I take pretty much just as many dabs now as I do bud, but I guess we all grow up a little different. Alrighty, let's get into it. So, to start off, I'm going to give you a little bit of background information. I was really, really young when this happened because pretty much when I hit 13 is when I went off the walls. It's when I started doing a ton of crazy shit and was just like, you'll get all the other stories from when I was 13 because that's honestly probably when I have the most stories. So just keep that in mind. I was really young, really stupid. I'm pretty sure at this point I had smoked weed a little under 10 times. I was 13 years old. I think I said that just in case. I was 13. And I was at my friend Ace's house. And back then, like before I was 16, like from 13 to 16, the only way I got weed was from Ace's brother. He was the only person that would get it, that I could get it from. So anyways, we were at Ace's house and we were just fiending for some weed. And we asked Ace's brother, like, bro, can we get some weed? Like, do you got any weed? Like, please, just like a little bit, like, let us smoke. You know, like we were little kids. We would just fucking beg this guy. And he was like, I don't got weed, but I got dabs. And we were like, dabs, you know, what's that? And he pulls out this piece of wax paper that just has like a sugary, like, it actually, like, thinking back into to it now, I think if I tried it now, they would still hold up. Like, this was not like, because back in the day, it was always like shatter or like black, gross shit, like the shit we would get like later on. But this stuff that Ace's brother was getting, I don't know where he was getting it from, but it was pretty solid. It was like a nice yellowy golden color. It was like sugary, not shattery or waxy. And it had like a solid flavor to it. I remember it didn't just taste like shitty ass tabs like I had later on. So, and what I'll get to is we didn't even have a rig. Ace's brother had a rig, but he broke it like the week before. This guy would break glass. Like a piece would never last more than a month. So he had just broken his rig, and he's like, "Don't worry though." He's like, "I got another way we can take one." He says, "Just meet me out in the driveway," because their parents were still home. This was also like 11 o'clock at night. I'm pretty sure my mom had caught me and Asa smoking weed at this point. Yeah, so there was like a 1 year period where I couldn't hang out with Asa, because my mom caught us smoking weed. And so I would just sneak out like damn near every night and we would hang out anyway. My mom never caught me. So, well, she did like once or twice, but it wasn't actually her that caught me. It was a different parent that told her. She really never caught me. So, anyways, he's like, yeah, just meet me on the driveway. So we grab our shit, we go on the driveway, and we're just sitting there, and he pulls up and he just has a hand pipe. And he's like, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean this penny. You had a little penny. I'm gonna lean that in the hand pipe, so it's not completely covering the hole, but it's just like leaning in there. And then he's like, I forget exactly how he heated up the penny. Because thinking about it, I don't see how just dipping a lighter into the bowl would heat up the penny right. I don't remember if he like held the penny with something and like lit it up and then put it in. I don't remember exactly how he did it, but somehow he just heated up that penny with a lighter. And he got it in the bowl. And we took a dab. You put it at the top of the penny. So as it drips down, it slowly burns and it works. I got a crazy rip off this dab. I remember I was coughing a lung up, but that it was like, it worked way better than I thought it would. I totally got a full dab out of it. And it was the best high I have ever had, I'd say, to this day. Even, I mean, I smoke dabs all the time, but it never hits like that first time. I remember it was pretty quickly after me and Asa both smoked. His brother went inside, and we were just out in the driveway, and I was like pretending to box. We were like fake boxing, like not actually making contact. And it literally felt like my fists were floating through his body. And I told him, I was like, bro, like my arms are floating through your body. He's like, that's crazy. We were just both just out of our minds. And I remember this girl that I was dating at the time, who I'd always sneak out and we'd hang out too, hit me up and she's like, do you want to come over? And meanwhile, she lives like across town. I mean, it's not a big town, but it's like a 20-30 minute bike ride. But I was like, yeah, bet. And I mean, Asa was with me, so I was like, can Asa come too? And she was like, yeah, I don't care. So we fucking hop on. Asa had always had like 4 bikes. So we hopped on 2 bikes and we went. And I remember, I'm a guy that has like horrible endurance. I can't go more than like 5 minutes without like just needing a breather. But I remember my legs felt stronger than they have ever. I literally was pedaling like full speed from the second we left till the second we got there, and it didn't hurt at all. It didn't like. I remember on the way back it was not as good, but that was partly because I wasn't as high. But I remember on the way there, it was ridiculous. Like I have never since then had that experience of just like it just made it seem like I could go forever, which was pretty crazy. But then we got to that girl's house. We just hung. I don't remember what we did. We just like hung out there for a little bit. Nothing really important. We literally just like sat in her backyard and talked. I think it was pretty lame, honestly. And then we biked all the way back to Asa's house. And I'm pretty sure that this was the day that like her dad had found out that she had done that. And he came. Yeah, that's going to be a whole nother story. Honestly, that whole thing is worth a story in its own because that dude is crazy. So I think I'm going to end it there. It was just a really, really good experience. It was just, I remember after that, like a couple days later, I was at Asa's house and we were with his brother in the golf course in the back, and he pulled out a rig and he was taking dabs, and I was like, bro, please let me have a dab. And he's like, he's like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna give you a dab. And I remember this is honestly a moment where I look back and I'm like, damn, I was a little fucking brat. Like I was a loser. I was like begging this guy. I was like, please, please give me a dab, please. I was like such a little bitch, but not anything I would ever do now, and especially since I got my own shit. This was back in the day when I had no money. He was my only source that I could possibly get anything from, and I was just like, please, bro, just like your reclaim, just a little bit, please, bro. And I'm pretty sure eventually he did end up giving me like the smallest little bit, but you know, I wouldn't have given it to me. So that's the story, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully it was entertaining or gave you some kind of information you didn't have already. Peace out.